Smith, and I have a guest on today, Mr. Harris Walker. That is our guest. He is on today. Mr. Harris Walker, if he can introduce himself. The name of our show, though, too, it's called Keep Swimming with Ashton is the name of the show. Keep Swimming with Ashton. Mr. Walker, can you introduce yourself, Mr. Harris Walker?
Yes, I'm Harris Walker. I'm the CEO of Hand in Hand Foundation. You can find us on the website, find our website easily just by Googling HHF space mall. And that'll take you to the HHF mall, which is our shopping part. But you can go to the website by using the drop-down boxes and look at some of the projects that we're doing.
This is great. How did your corporation or company, how did that get started, and what states does your company serve, or would that company be global or just U.S. based?
Okay, Hand in Hand Foundation is actually my second business. I retired at 31 from my first business. Hand in Hand Foundation, our main offices are in Sacramento and Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, New York. We're opening Connecticut and Atlanta as we speak. And the nonprofit Hand in Hand Foundation, we're environmental and children. We're environmental first because that's all life. We're children next because they're our future. And both of these are very important to the survival of mankind.
Correct. What services you provide in your agency or company, and what types of people do you help? Do you help minorities only, or do you help others, or do you help everybody?
Okay, that's kind of simple to answer. We're environmental and children, so we're life. So it's all about God's will, God's balance. I mean, we serve everybody. It's not about your race, your color, you're a human being. If you're an animal being abused, we understand that you're not PETA. So we do understand some people eat meat. That's God's way, too.
Yeah.
Because for us to live, something has to die, whether it's a plant or an animal. So that's God's true balance. And the thing is, my nonprofit, I found that I can't just help the children. I have to help the parents in order to help the children.
The adults.
Because we have gave away millions of dollars in things and items and supplies and help to various nonprofits, disaster areas across the country. Even though we're located in these states, if there's a disaster in Mississippi, and we'll send some stuff there if we can. Or we'll look at what's being sent and know that, okay, we can hold back and wait for the next disaster or something. So basically, Hand in Hand doesn't even operate on the same principles as your average nonprofit. Like, for one, we don't ask for donations like all these other nonprofits on a consistent basis. First thing, I believe if you're really doing something positive, you're going to create jobs. You can make change and earn at the same time, which we do need an economic base, but we need an economic base that's not today's base. Not based on the old system, because the paradigm shift is happening, and there's a new tomorrow that's not going to be like yesterday. So Hand in Hand, we focus on new technology. We focus on the cutting edge things that will make your life easier, make a person's life easier, give you, help you earn an income, help you invest, help you save, help you protect the environment, show you the benefits of working together. And that's another thing, working together. Nobody's ever made anything successful in this world by themselves.
Yeah.
It takes people.
Mm-hmm. How did your businesses or business fare during the pandemic? Did you have to lay off people? If you had people that were working for you, were you able to furlough people or have people work at home? Or were you able to maintain the status quo and continue to work during the pandemic?
Well, yeah, the pandemic affected us like it affected everybody, but I was more prepared for it than most people because I told them something was coming years before.
Okay.
And I kept telling people constantly, all the way up to the actual pandemic, that something's coming. It's going to shut down the country. I didn't know it was going to shut down the world. But I said it's going to shut down the country. You're going to be stuck in your home. I don't know what it is, but I feel this. And because I couldn't say exactly what it was, and even if I could tell them a pandemic's coming, who would believe?
Nobody would believe. Yeah.
And people, and the things I do, most people don't believe me until it's done. And then they're like, how'd you know that? You're right. How did that business succeed and you just changed this? How did this happen? You know, because I am good at looking and seeing what I need to see. I see lines connecting that you don't see, that you may count as individual businesses or individual items. I see how to put them together to make a bigger picture and a better picture, more economic picture, whatever. I make better mousetraps. I'm good at that. I created business, and it doesn't take a lot of money. You know, I don't subscribe because I grew up around some of the biggest businessmen in the world, some of the richest people in the world, some of the smartest people in the world. My dad was an independent, black, very successful businessman. My godfather was a very successful businessman. My aunt, very successful businesswomen. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, my mother and my father were successful in their business. My children are successful in their business. You see, we come from a family of entrepreneurs.
Hello, head on over to Texas Superfood. Texas Superfood. This is a product that I personally like. I use. I want to stay healthy, be healthy, long lasting. Head on over to Texas Healthy Food today. Try now.
Talk about your organization hand in hand, what they have done, and what it's about. So I want to know now about the NFL and what you have done outside of that organization and how you've been able to help other people even along that line, even well outside of the NFL and other organizations that you've partnered with.
Okay, well, let's start with the NFL.
Okay.
Back in 2009, the Oakland Raiders were blacking out games.
Okay.
And the reason why they were blacking out games is because of the NFL rule they can if they didn't sell a certain amount of seats. Well, you know, it was during the pandemic. I mean, not the pandemic, during the recession. You know, housing market fell. Everything was the same thing we're going through again with the pandemic. People didn't have money, and they didn't have the help coming from the government then. So I looked at the situation. I said, well, by blacking out games, because I'm a football fan and I've coached football, semi-pro, and everything else, and I said that you're hurting your fan base when you black out a game, for one, because businesses spend extra to stock up for that crowd for that Sunday game, you know, the football game. Yeah. All right. You're also hurting your brand because you're blacking out games and you're not playing that well already. Oh man! And you're blacking out games, so now they're looking at you that you can't even fill seats because they know the reason why you black out a game. That makes you mad. That's like I said. How many jersey sales do you have in the Bay Area after you blacked out a game, compared to how many you have win, lose, or draw? Right. So to make it all around, they had a program where they can have nonprofits sell tickets. They just need to make a couple of tweaks, right? So proposing this program, joining this program, it's only through nonprofits that were allowed. The whole plan of the program is that allow nonprofits to sell tickets. Uh-huh. They earn a commission off of every ticket, and these tickets we sell are discounted to begin with. So that extra could be written off through the nonprofit. Plus, they're profitable anyway. All right. So they love the plan. We went in deep, and after we got started with the Raiders, within about 6 weeks later, 4 or 5 weeks later, San Francisco 49ers called us and wanted us to do the same thing with them.
Wow.
So I partnered with 49ers, and we're pushing Raider and 49er tickets at the same time, which is both my home teams. So I'm a Raider and 49er fan, in which some people say can't exist, but I made it happen.
I don't care what they say.
Yeah, who cares what you say? I made it happen. And so by pushing these tickets and selling these tickets, our nonprofit earned. Nonprofits work for some money for a time.
All right, Mr. Walker, where can the general public find you? What websites and what links on social media can folks find you today?
Oh, that's easy. Of course, I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Harris Walker or Hand and Hand Foundation. We have multiple pages for each of our books. A couple of personal groups like the HDF Super Savers group. That HDF Mall is something I came up with as it's affiliate marketing kind of on steroids with a nonprofit twist. All right. Yeah. So we have our own shopping center, and it's a mall. It's actually 270 stores. From Amazon to Walmart, you can do everything in there from starting the business to shopping, gift cards, custom gifts, sports, travel, the whole 9 yards. And it's constantly growing. Actually, I'll be putting new stores in that came in this month, today, this week, because I'm working on a lot of stuff. But the mall is the place I thought of when I started realizing that something was coming to shut it down. So I said, well, people are still going to have to eat. We're going to still have to have essential personnel rolling. So the only way they're going to do that is online. Right. So I said, so why not start a fundraiser / people saver / business saver? Everybody wins again. You see what I'm saying? That's how my programs work. All right, and it's about uniting people, but the companies have to give us some. So they give me special discount codes and so on that can save you more than the advertised discount on the site if you went through our gateway.
That's good.
So a site may have 20% off everything in the store. I may have a code for 30% off. And I post those codes in our groups and so on like that. So that's one of our programs. That's the easy way to find this online. HDF space MALL, mall. That's one way to find this. Then you can, a longer way is to Google HDF Healthy Homes Program or HDF Cans for Kids. That would be, or C4K program. All right. Now, I told you about the free recycling program that people said wouldn't work because it was free, but that program has been our base funding since we started in 2007.
All right, Mr. Walker, I want to certainly thank you for coming on to the program. Keep Swimming with Ashton. Keep Swimming with Ashton is the name of the show. Thank you so much for coming out today, sir.
No problem, no problem. It was fun.
We would love for you to come back. We would absolutely love you to come back. If you can do part 2, because that's how we're going to split this up, we would love it. That will give the audience a chance to even call in once we get that going, and they'll be able to even ask you direct questions, because I think that that's good for you, so you can give a really sound explanation to the audience in public what you do. It's great. I would love for you to come back.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. I love that.
Let's do it. Thank you, sir.
All right. You guys be blessed.